Hey guys, hope everyone's okay. Just a very short recording as promised, going into end of August and beginning of September. Personally, unless we reclaim that area over here, so basically above 117 k. So unless we go, let's go on a daily very quickly. Unless we start reclaiming here, I think we have more room to go lower before we start trending back up again. And I'll go over that very quickly. So basically, if we look on a 3-day chart, we can compare it. It looks very similar to, scarily similar right now to what we saw between the Q4 last year and Q1 this year. If you look at the structure, we had this like big squeeze up over here, one top, pull back, second top, pull back, little bit of chop, flush, little bit of chop, and then we started trending back again. Now I'm not saying it's gonna be multi-month chop, I don't think so, but this is pretty much identical. You have a pretty much vertical rally here, one top, pull back, other top, pull back, and now we're losing that structure, which is very likely we might see something like that before higher. Not saying we're gonna go that low, but I want to go over it. So there are some concerning signs which I personally don't like, and even though we caught pretty much all of these moves to the upside and de-risk to the downside, I didn't really short all that much. I was just focused on a long side. There are some things I just don't like, and I'll rather stay on the sidelines and observe before I go back with size. So there's a lot of similarities here, and first thing you want to observe is this. It's 30-day rolling view up, and obviously the two white lines is EMA 12 and 25. That's an indicator I covered a few times, used by BTC Charlie X, so you can get it on trading view, very helpful. And now we see both of those EMAs here, 12 and 25, basically curving down, very similar here. It's almost identical. Now you have also 30-day rolling view up curving down, and also flattening 90-day view up. That's not good. That's really not good combination, and I can go back in time and show you 10 different examples how it end up 8 out of 10 times with a big flush, but it's not good in general. So unless in the next, I would say, few days we see something like that and we reclaim that area here, I just rather stay on the sidelines for a little bit longer and wait for that flush lower down. So that's just starting from a 3-day chart. Now looking on a daily, it's very clear. It's almost identical over here as well. So just to zoom in and explain that very quickly. We have a 30-day rolling view up at 16k right now, if I'm correct, yes. And the monthly open just below that, so it's perfectly matching over here. Now you have 13.5, that's 7-day rolling view up, and currently we're trying to reclaim 90-day rolling view up. Is currently at about 112.3. Now, what we want to see is a reclaim, and those EMAs start curving back up. So now we had a bearish crossing here, EMA 1225, which obviously we see the follow through over here. What happened? And there's just no indication on any sort of reversal. What you want to see is them flattening and starting to curve back up on any higher time frames, and they just pretty much pointing down. So that's a cause of concern. And usually people just getting absolutely obliterated in this area before decision is before decision happen, you know, before the trend reverses. And I think now we don't really have a uptrend and downtrend. I think it's a chop until we'll see decision in the next few days, probably towards the monthly close and monthly open, which usually brings a lot of volatility. So personally, I'll expect, because we already had a long downside over past few days, and it's obviously inherent weakness by Bitcoin, while altcoins still having a lot of fun. I think the first area of concern here is EMA, 3-day rolling view up, which is also matching Monday high and weekly open. The next one, you have a monthly open here, just on the 16k, and next one, which was previous resistance, previous week high around 17.5, yeah, over here. And I think there's a lot of inefficiency here. So what I would expect to happen is over next 5-10 days, I expect a lot of liquidations, and I'll just suggest to stay safe and probably look for a short high up, a long slower down, probably something like that. This is pretty heavy resistance right now, so we might go to about 13.5, pull back to the previous week low, chop a little bit, probably one more squeeze is either towards the monthly open, so I did like 15.7 area, possibly a little bit higher, somewhere around 16.8, but I think this will cap any sort of upside, and from there we're gonna have a big move down. A lot of people call it a double bottom or retest, somewhere around here, and I think we're going to see another move lower down, so something along those lines. Now question is, are we going to stop here, or are we gonna see a week lower down? But personally, I think this is the best area to long. This is a big bet. I mean, if we lose this area here, if we lose and start accepting below 100k, it's end of the ball, most likely. I think coins will get absolutely obliterated. Obviously we can just weak and reverse, but if we have acceptance below the EMA 200 on a daily, it's a game over, I think. So this is the best bet over here. So I'll expect something like that. Currently EMA 200 is in about 103.9. So here, I think this purple box here is a golden zone to buy in the next couple of weeks if we get it. And we either I'm not gonna go through gazillion different scenarios. That's what I'm expecting. It's going to be a chop. I'm personally looking to either short in this area, so around the monthly open to previous week high, so between 15.7 to 17.4 roughly, so 15.7 to 17.4 swing short area. You can try the daily longs over here. If we get the pullback, so we squeeze back up, we pull back over here. Previous week low is about 110.7, 10.7k. This is decent area for scalps or for short-term long to to monthly open, and the best bet you can get, what is that, 105, so about 105 to 103.9k, and any obviously any weeks below it, that's a golden pocket. It's not actual golden pocket, that's the one. I think it's a great area to start buying. I think unless the structure we're seeing right now, unless it changes, I think that we are going to see that in the next 2 weeks, and this is your golden buying opportunity. Only thing will invalidate it is we start accepting above the monthly open with the strength and volume and start grinding back up. I would say this is about 25% right now chance, and I think a lot of people are going to FOMO if we get that squeeze to 115, 117k area, and I think at the moment something like that have about 75%. We'll see in the next few days how the monthly closes, how the structure changes, but this is my base case scenario and that's what I'm looking at right now. And if we see something like that on Bitcoin over the next 2 weeks, let's say we pull back from 116.5, let's take a mid of this area, to 113.9. That's a 10% on Bitcoin. So you're going, if we squeeze back up there, you probably see Ethereum back to 4,800, 5,000. Probably hype going to go another 10-15%. Solana probably another 10-15% and so on. So it might be nice area to try long somewhere here. We get the pullbacks to that previous week low. But I think if we get that big 10% flush and lower, and a lot of people call end of the bull market and so on, this is your beat zone. You're gonna see altcoins going absolutely obliterated 30-40% very quickly, and that's where we can buy on a discount. And looking at the next quarter, 1 second, I probably overtalked already, meant to be 10 minutes. If we get that, looking at the next quarter, just to zoom out, I think it's going to be a fast and violent move. It's not gonna take a long time. So assuming we're getting to that area, we're not reclaiming 117k and changing structure to bullish, this is your buy zone. It's gonna be fast. I'll expect that we can reach to at least 134, 135k, possibly even higher within a space of probably 8 weeks. Oh, sorry, the ending was crappy. But it's going to be something like that. Something what you see over here. This type of move. You're gonna get flush, some chop, and it's going to go absolutely vertical. So if we get that dips, you just buy however much you can on the spot, swing longs, and you look into exit above the all-time highs. That probably will happen within from mid to late September to probably November time, and I'll expect that's the end of the bull market. Doesn't mean that we chop around here, have like bigger flush and have one more leg up. I just don't think I'll be playing that all that much. If we get that one more leg up, we follow my plan. This is my exit area. I'll have no exposure over here to anything crypto related. I'll just intraday trade. Give me 134.5 plus on Bitcoin, and I'm good. I'll just trade on daily basis, observe what's going on, but I won't have a spot exposure. I'll be start looking into yields and different things what we can do, and focus on that side. But yeah, that's my plan. Chopsolidation over next couple of weeks. Big final flush. You buy that dip with everything what you've got, and we're riding that to the fresh all-time highs and mania phase in probably October, November, and cash out before Christmas. That's the shortcut.